Indigenous People of Biafra stated that the only way to end the Monday sit-at-home protest in Anambra State is to release their leader, Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB spokesperson, a more powerful, urged Governor Chukwuma Soludo to stop harassing residents regarding the sit-at-home order, emphasizing that the protest stemmed from the community's deep affection for Kanu. Despite the sit-at-home being called off, residents continue to observe it as a form of protest against Kanu's ongoing detention. The statement claims that Biafran participates voluntarily and the force will not stop their actions. Kanu has been in custody since June 27, 2021, facing charges including terrorism and inciting violence in defiance of Governor Soludo's warning to shut down businesses that remained closed. Commercial activities were significantly disrupted on Monday, with many shops locked in major markets across Anambra State. Okay, this one is from Anambra State, like it is being stated here. Mr. Martin.
Well, firstly,
all right. Actually, looking at this, of course, we know that Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention since June 27, and now the people, that's IPOB, the people of Biafra, are saying that Indigenous People of Biafra are actually saying that the only way out is to bring out their leader. Until that, sit-at-home will persist. It will continue. It could be recalled that some days ago, Governor Soludo came up with an initiative to stop this sit-at-home, telling the people that no more sit-at-home. Everyone should go about their various endeavors, but people seems to be adamant about it, citing insecurity. What do you think about this? Could it be that the IPOB are more powerful than the state governor?
That is an interesting question. More powerful. Well, the argument of power is a lot of argument, but power often resides where the people think it resides.
Okay.
A curfew, for instance, is easy to implement because you constrain people to stay home or stay indoors within a particular time. So how do you revert a curfew? How do you force people out of their homes? I don't know any constitutional provisions with which you can force people out of their home. The governor threatening that any business that is locked will be shut down. What if the person is sick? How do you verify if the person is sick or the person is protesting? Like we've established over time since the whole protest in Nigeria became commonplace. Protest is the right of the people. Under the Constitution of Nigeria, protest is people's rights. The government has to protect people protesting. All right, it's one of the responsibilities of the state governor to ensure that when people are protesting, they are heard and they are safe. So if people are protesting by saying we're staying at home, the other day we had protests where people were coming out on the streets and the government was clamoring it to be hijacked. Nobody should come out on the street. And now people are protesting by staying at home and we're telling them to come out. You get, but when we look at these things, firstly, why is Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? We've seen and heard about court decrees where he's been granted bail at some point. Lots of issuance from the court has been released. And government officials, for whatever reason, have remained adamant to obey court instruction. Now, like I said, power resides where the people perceive it to reside. The court has jurisdiction to order the release of Nnamdi Kanu, which they've done on several occasions, but he has not been released. Now the government has jurisdiction to order that any shop that is still closed, will be locked. Why do you think the people would want to hack into the government when the government is refusing to hack into the court? So you see the negative cyclone that we're operating here. As far as I know from information I have, Nnamdi Kanu has been granted at least bail by courts. So if he has not been released on court order, why should his followers not protest? I'm not encouraging protest, but if sitting at home is their way of protesting, can we not morally and constitutionally justify them? Now let's be clear, I am not an advocate of Biafra. I am not. There are several schools of thought, and a lot of Nigerians have their opinions. I am a pro-Nigeria person. I believe in Nigeria, and I believe Nigeria can work if we're serious about making it work. But I am being objective right now. I am being liberal, moral, and constitutional. These people believe in a cause.
All right, Mr. Martins. Now,
and their leader is being detained. Follow the court order, or they are saying they want to protest. I don't see why we need to force them out of their houses.
Okay, the question now is, are the people comfortable staying at home, not doing business at a particular day of the week? Are the people really comfortable? It could be recalled that not just the governor, there was a time that they tried to get this off and people started coming out, but the problem was the fact that they were facing insecurity. Some of them were injured and they couldn't stand it. They fear, even when they gave them all the assurance that they will be protected. But the fear of them coming out was a problem. The idea now is that it's not that the people of the eastern Nigeria are very comfortable staying at home, but because there's a particular group of people that said, we don't want to see you outside. This is us protesting for our leader. And remember that since June 27, 2021, Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention, and this sit at home is almost going to 4 years now. So the people...
So we can say it's one tenor of that home.
Yeah, exactly. So we can actually say that. And now the governor is saying... But do you think that the governor threatening people with your business is going to be shut down and all of those, do you think that is enough for the people to come out? Because right now there is a certain fear in them that you need to give them an accurate assurance before they can possibly step out of their houses.
Even if the governor gives assurances, I don't think people will take his assurances. Do you trust Nigerian politicians and their promises, Immaculata? Do you? Nigerians don't trust their politicians, especially the ones in office. And for good reason. How many promises have been given to Nigerians and broken? How many times have we seen that the life of Nigerians don't seem to be important enough to our political elites? During COVID-19, elections were held in Nigeria. Some state elections were held in Nigeria. I don't want to mention the states, but I believe the people who are watching or listening, they've been following the Nigerian system. They know. During COVID-19, elections were held in some states. And I wondered, being in Rivers State, we know how the lockdown was in Rivers State. It was very jim. We had a no-nonsense governor at that time, and he strictly adhered to lockdown. And we were wondering, did COVID-19 call on phone that Nigerians go ahead with your election and will not infect anybody? If the country had been locked down that hard, how could we still have held elections in some states? But because certain people need to be elected into certain offices, it does not matter if Nigerians come out and contract COVID-19, let the election just hold. So also, the situation, the people at home are not comfortable. There are people in this country that if they don't go out, they won't be able to feed for that day. That's how poor people are. A lot of Nigerians don't have anything in stock. They feed from what they make on daily basis. And on Mondays it's lockdown. I think by now, following 3 to 4 years of Monday lockdown, they would have figured out a way to make savings or to account for the Mondays on Sunday or on Saturday. because Nigerians will always thrive. Nigerians are hardworking people.
All right,
but they
Mr.
are profitable.
Okay.
The government threatening them is not going to change anything. Attend to the plight. The plight is Nnamdi Kanu is being held even after the court had said he should be released. If you attend to it, the danger will be removed and people can go about their businesses without the government threatening to do anything to them. Let's attend to the root of the problem, not going to shave the leaves of the problem.
All right, Mr. Martins, if this is the case and the people have already poured out their grievances, the indigenous people of Biafra, that until Nnamdi Kanu is released from the detention, the sit-at home is not going to stop. If they have voices out, we know that the elite out there, they've heard about, they are aware of this.
We assume they
so why are they still keeping him in custody?
Well, that's a question that the government of the day would have to answer for themselves. I cannot presume to know why, because this thing all started during the former administration, and we have a new government that has been in office since May 2023. This is October 2024. That's around a year and 19 months to 20 months. I think it's about enough time for a new government to address the situation. Why they are not addressing it, I have no idea. But it does not tell good of the Nigerian system. It does not tell good of our judiciary, who had ordered that the man should be released on bail at several instances. It does not tell good of the government continuum, where somebody comes in, inherits some important and nation concerning cases like this one, an entire region is involved, and nothing is being done about it. I cannot speak for the government. I just know it is not a good track record for us. There are certain cases we need to address so that we can move on to better things.
All right, thank you.
We have more interesting things to do.